Hello everyone, I am Nishu and today I am going to explain you all the structure of spermatozoon, that is your sperm. Children, before moving ahead to the structural part of sperm, it is very important for us to know that what is actually the lifespan of a sperm. Your complete lifespan of a sperm or the sperm can survive for about 3 to 5 days within the system of a female. But for the fertilization site, for the fertilization, the sperm requires or sperm can survive and retain its ability of fertilizing ovum within 24 to 48 hours. Because in the next videos we will be studying about the ovulation, about the ovum we will be studying. So children, ovum after ovulation process, it remains inside the fallopian tube for 24 hours. So within that 24 hours only, the sperms are capable to fertilize the ovum. So that particular time period, if we calculate inside that, for fertilization period if we calculate, then it is 24 to 48 hours, which is an active lifespan of the sperm, where your sperms can survive and are capable to retain its ability to fertilize the ovum inside the female genital tract. Whereas the whole lifespan is about 3 to 5 days. Now children, we will be moving ahead with the structural part and we shall move to the diagram and then we will be studying one by one all the parts separately, individually. Here in the diagram you can see that I have written from here to here. It is a head part of the sperm. Then this portion is your neck. Then this portion is your middle piece and this long part is your tail. The sperm is made up of 4 parts. We will be discussing all those parts separately now. Now children, your sperm comprises of 4 important parts, that is your head, neck, middle piece and tail. And all these 4 parts have been shown in the diagram. This portion which I have drawn with green color is your head part of the sperm. This lining part is your neck part of the sperm. Then this is your middle piece of the sperm and then this part is your tail of the sperm. Now children, we are moving ahead to the first part of the sperm, that is your head. Now you can see in the diagram, I'll show it in the diagram too, but here you can see on the board that I have written that it contains anterior small acrosome and a posterior large nucleus. Children, diagrammatically you see it here that this green dark bold I have drawn a part and this part is your acrosome. And then behind this broad, this large big part is your nucleus. So I have mentioned that anteriorly acrosome is present and posterior to acrosome your nucleus is present. Anterior to the head part, in the front of the head, acrosome is located and posterior behind the acrosome your nucleus is located. These are the 2 main parts of the head of the sperm, acrosome and nucleus. Now this acrosome, very important question of NEET, all different type of competitive exams as well as of the board exams, that which cell organelle is responsible for forming the acrosome? Which cell organelle is responsible to make this acrosome? Children, your Golgi body is responsible for making the acrosome. Hope you remember Golgi body. Inside the cell, different type of cell organelles are present like mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi body, nucleus and many such type of cell organelles are present. So one of the organelle named as Golgi body is responsible to make this acrosome? This is one of the very important question of the competitive as well as board exam. The second important question which is usually asked, that which enzyme or which chemical or which proteolytic enzyme is being released by the acrosome? Which chemical is being released by this acrosome? Children, the enzyme name is hyaluronidase proteolytic enzyme. The name of the chemical is your hyaluronidase. Hyaluronidase proteolytic enzyme is one of the most important chemical which is released by the acrosome. Now we come to the point that how or where and in which way this enzyme and acrosome is helping during the fertilization process as well as to the sperms. Children, if we go back to the diagrammatic part, if suppose that this is your ovum and this is the nucleus inside the ovum, and this one is your sperm, and this is the nucleus of the sperm. Children, what actually fertilization is? You have studied that fertilization is a process in which fusion of ovum and sperm takes place. It's a real process where your fusion of sperm and ovum is taking place. But which part of ovum and sperm actually fuses? Which part? This is the nucleus. The actual fusion during the fertilization process occurs, that is your fusion of nucleus of ovum and nucleus of sperm. The wall of ovum and the wall of sperm will dissolve at a point, at a place. So this dissolve will take place and the nucleus of sperm will enter inside the ovum to fuse with the nucleus of the ovum. Now the action comes of hyaluronidase. Millions of, I have told you prior that millions of sperm, they travel inside the female genital tract after the intercourse process. But only one sperm is capable to fertilize with the ovum. First come, first mating. First come, first fertilization. It takes place. Among those millions of sperms, the first sperm which will reach to the ovum will be capable to fertilize the ovum. How? By releasing hyaluronidase enzyme. In the diagram you can see that this acrosome is located in the anterior part, in the front of the head of the sperm. And this acrosome is responsible to secrete this hyaluronidase enzyme. So children, when the sperm reaches to the ovum, suppose there are many sperms are there. Many sperms are there. But this is the first sperm who is reaching to the ovum. As soon as the sperm reaches to the ovum and this acrosome, this head part, it comes in contact. As soon as it comes in contact with the wall of ovum, this acrosome will start releasing hyaluronidase enzyme. This will start releasing hyaluronidase enzyme. And this enzyme will help in dissolving the wall of the ovum. Hyaluronidase and proteolytic enzyme released by the acrosome helps in dissolving the wall of the ovum, dissolving the outer layer of the ovum, that is your zona pellucida. We will be studying the ovum structure in detail when we will be studying your female reproductive system. So this hyaluronidase proteolytic enzyme helps in dissolving the wall of the ovum, and when this wall is dissolved, the nucleus of sperm enters inside the ovum and the fusion occurs in between your nucleus of ovum and the nucleus of the sperm. So when nucleuses are combining, and you know that ovum is haploid in structure and sperm is haploid in structure. So both the haploid structures, when the chromosomes are meeting together, they convert into diploid, and as a result of which your zygote is formed. This is how your hyaluronidase enzyme, proteolytic enzyme secreted by acrosome helps in dissolving the wall of ovum and allows the fusion of nucleus of ovum and the sperm so that a diploid structural zygote can be formed. Hope children, this head part is very much clear to you all. The questions which are very important, I will repeat it again. That is, your acrosome is formed by which cell organelle and which chemical is secreted by acrosome. Now we shall move to the next part, that is your neck. Children, I have written here that it contains a proximal centriole. You can see in the diagram that I have drawn this centriole. This one is a proximal centriole which is located behind the nucleus in the neck portion of the sperm. Then this centriole plays a very important role in the first cleavage of zygote. This is again a very important question for board point as well as for the competitive point. That how your centrioles present inside the sperm is important, or which role does it play. Children, the first part in the acrosome we have studied that how your fusion is taking place, and after fusion how the zygote is formed. Now children, zygote has formed, and then you all know that this zygote undergoes various divisions, multiple number of divisions, so that the whole structure can be converted into embryo, and embryo can be changed into a fetus. So the first division, cleavage means cell division. This zygote undergoes multiple numbers of cell division. Among those multiple number of cell division, the first cell division, the first cleavage is followed, is supported by your centriole. You all know that your zygote is a solid ball-like structure having a diploid number of chromosomes. This single cell structure zygote will divide into two. Then it will divide into 4 parts. Then it will divide into 8 parts. So we are talking about this first division, not after that. The first division inside the spermatozoon is supported by centriole, and this is the important function of centriole which is located in the neck region. Now children, we shall move to the next part, that is your middle piece. Now we are moving to the next part of the sperm, that is your middle piece. Now children, this middle piece is this one. From here to here, this blue color section having orange circles, oval shaped balls, this is the portion which is your middle piece. And within this middle piece, this oval orange color shaped structures are mitochondria. And at posterior also, this is also your centriole. This is also centriole. Now children, inside the middle piece, your spiral shaped mitochondria is present. Spiral shaped mitochondria. And you all know that mitochondria is responsible for providing us energy. When it provides energy to the human beings and others, and it provides energy to the cells to perform their different type of functions, So what is mitochondria doing here inside the sperm's body? Same function. If mitochondria is present, the function of mitochondria is to provide energy. And what will this energy be used for? This energy is used for the sperms to swim freely inside the body. Now which body? Inside the male reproductive system as well as inside the female reproductive system also. After insemination, after the copulation process, after the intercourse process, when the semen, when the sperms are released into the female genital tract, there this sperm has to travel a long distance of uterus and has to reach the site of fertilization inside the fallopian tube for the fertilization process. So this long distance needs to be travelled, and this energy which is gained, which is provided by the mitochondria, helps the sperms to swim. So the spiral mitochondrion which is present inside the middle piece of sperm is providing energy so that the sperms can move freely and can reach to the fertilization site. Now children, the next portion you can see that this is a centriole. Posterior to the middle piece, a ring-like structure, centriole is present, and the function of this centriole is still unknown. It is still till yet it is unknown that what is this centriole present here for. It has not been discovered till yet. The first centriole is knowing it. We are knowing it. It has been discovered that the first centriole proximal posterior to the nucleus is responsible for the first cleavage, for the first cell division of the zygote. But the second centriole, which is located behind the mitochondria, behind the middle piece, the function of that is still unknown. Now children, if we consider the half part of the nucleus, then your centriole, neck and your middle piece, this portion is covered by a sheet. Again I will repeat. Half of the nucleus, neck and the middle piece is covered by, is enclosed by a covering, a sheet, a membrane, and that membrane is called as manchate. That is called as manchate. So manchate is a sheet, it is a covering which is enclosing the half part of the nucleus, neck and the middle piece. Now we will be moving to the last part, that is your tail. Now children, this purplish color, long filament, flagellum like structure you can see, and this flagellum like structure is the tail, which is the last part of the spermatozoa. I told you that your spermatozoa is comprising of 4 parts: head, neck, middle piece and tail. So now we have come to the last point, that is your tail, and this tail is far longer, far bigger than the head part. This is very much longer than the head part, and then the main function of the tail is only that it will help the sperms to swim freely inside the female genital system and female reproductive system. So children, hope the structure of spermatozoa is clear to you all. Thank you.